Hey, what's going on, guys? Archer Remark here, and I'm back with another figure review. Today I have for you from the Marvel Legends series. This is the Walgreens exclusive Agent Venom figure. And it's a really cool figure. Very glad and I feel fortunate to be able to pick this guy up because I know he's been flying off shelves. Now I have 4 Walgreens really close to me and pretty much walking distance. And this is the only one actually had this figure, and they only had one left. I managed to snag this guy, so I'm really glad that I was able to get him and bring this review to you. So very cool character, and we'll get into a little more detail in just a moment. First, we'll, as usual, look at the packaging, and as you can see here, standard Marvel Legends packaging. This is from the Spider-Man wave. And you have the red spider insignia there on the top, and we go down. Of course, there's the bubble where the figure would be. Marvel Legends Infinite Series Agent Venom, Hasbro logo. And on that side, we have a cool image of Spider-Man himself. And same image, just reversed on there. Nothing much there. And we flip it around. And here's an image of the figure. Marvel Spider-Man, Marvel Legends Infinite Series logos. And down here, Agent Venom. The U.S. military bonded the alien symbiote Venom to wounded Army veteran Flash Thompson in an attempt to create a new super soldier, Agent Venom. That sounds really cool. Not to say, I don't know a lot about this character. I know about Venom, and I know Flash Thompson, but I'm not overly familiar with this. My friend Mike, who's more into comics, kind of filled me in on some of the highlights. And we go down here, you got some of the other, this is from the Ultimate Green Goblin Build-A-Figure wave, and you have some of the other figures in this. Still would really love to get a hold of this Black Cat figure. I love that character. But the other figures, not really. I have the Amazing Spider-Man figure. Other than that, the others I'm not overly interested in. So, and we got the Marvel logo, Hasbro. Okay, all that good stuff. Now that's the packaging. That's enough about that. Now let's get on to the figure. And this guy, super cool. I mean, just give you quick up and down as I usually do. All pretty much black and white, but that's what the character looks like. So cool sculpting and very minor paint problems, if any. It's really well sculpted. I love this belt, who's got all kinds of pouches, and you see a knife there. A couple of gas grenades sculpted in. Little extra detail on them would have been nice, but it's still cool it's there. This is like a canteen. And then you see the white spider logo there. And we'll go down. And you see a couple of his guns. We'll give you a little closer look in a moment on that. Just want to give you overall view. Now this here, you have this holster that's sculpted with a pistol in there. This pistol is not removable, and that's kind of a bummer. I always hated that when weapons are sculpted in and they're not removable. They're just there. It's almost like a weapon tease. But for the most part, you know, this figure looks really well done. You know, with a figure that's mass marketed like this, is obviously there can be some problems over time with figures and messy paint or sculpting mishaps or something. You know, it's bound to happen, but this one looks pretty good. Again, you know, it was the only one there, so it was just like I had to just pick it up. Okay, we'll go over the articulation real quick. You got a bowl jointed neck and a hinged joint, so lots of movement up and down, left and right. You can get a fair amount of movement in this guy. Ball and shoulders, double hinge on the elbows. There's no swivel at the wrist. There's a swivel right here. on kind of like if this were a glove, it would be like the bottom of the glove. Ball jointed torso, ball jointed hips, double hinge on the knees, hinged ankles, and you have that rocker joint, so you can move back and forth, up and down with the legs and get all kinds of cool poses out of this guy. So really greatly articulated. One thing, this kind of like shoulder armor or shoulder padding here does move. It's a flexible material. It's not overly soft or overly hard, but it will move with the figure, so it does not hinder the shoulder articulation hardly any. Just maybe a little, but it kind of moves with the shoulder, so not much problem there. Okay. With the accessories here, we'll show you. He comes with 4 guns. Let's see, we can scale. So we have this gun here, which this is definitely my favorite of the 4 guns. So it's all black except for that one little dot there, which I guess is meant to be like the scope or like the sight. And he holds that really well in his hands. He get the finger in the trigger there. Same for this hand. They hold all the weapons really well. You get 2 guns like this. So this is all painted silver. Again, it's all one color. A little variation would have been nice, but it's still good. It's sculpted well, and that, again, as you can see, it's very easy to put the guns in there and get that trigger finger right there where it should be. Okay, I'm going to place him. I'll show you. Get him to stand now. This is his other piece here that he comes with. Is these sort of symbiote tentacles or tendrils. Now these are not articulated. They do bend a little bit. They're a little bit flexible. They're not overly soft, so you don't get too much movement out of them. But I think they're really sculpted well. And as you see, this gun again, exactly like the other one. And then you have this little mini machine gun, all painted in silver. Again, just the one color, but it's sculpted nicely. And as you can see, down here, these basically look like extra hands. So you can plug this onto his back. You get the peg there, which I'll show you that in a moment. And these tendrils will hold the weapon. So you can have him holding all 4 weapons at the same time. Get him really armed up. And it looks really cool. And we will show you this in a moment. See. So if we turn him around, we'll drop one of the guns. So there you see the peg hole, and very simply, there he is. And here, dropped one of the guns. We'll just kind of place that in there. It doesn't want to go, of course. Yeah, well, we'll leave it out for now. But you get the idea. It will fit in there because it was just there a second ago. So, there it is. So you see, now this piece, it pegs in. It's not overly tight, but it's not overly loose either. So, if you get it in, you shouldn't have too much trouble with it just falling out. It should stay on. I kind of moved it around. I've had it displayed. I toyed around with it a little bit. And it doesn't just fall out, but it will come in and out fairly easily. Let's see. And if we zoom out, and you just see, it just looks really cool with all the weapons all armed up there. This guy looks just very cool and badass, and you can do all kinds of poses. Obviously, you can mix and match. You can decide on which guns you want in his hands, which guns you want the symbiote kind of arms to hold. One bad thing, it is cool that he can hold all the guns because he has no storage for the weapons. There's no working holsters on this. So that's probably the biggest gripe I would have with this figure. But since he can hold all the weapons in the symbiote hands, I guess you can call that storage. So, but it would have been nice to have had at least 1 or 2 holsters. Another thing to point out is standing. Now, I got him on this figure stand for purposes of the review. He will stand pretty well without the symbiote hands attached, the tendrils. It's a little tricky to do it with the tendrils attached because it becomes a little top-heavy, and I imagine you can do it still, but it is a little more tricky. So if you get a display, you might want to display him without these on there, or just make sure you have a really good figure stand for him. Maybe even better than this. These are meant for NECA figures, but again, I'm just using this for the review. But overall, I think this is a great, great figure. It's definitely worth it. Hopefully you can track this down still at Walgreens, because you don't want to pay those super extravagant prices on eBay or Amazon or anything like that. I haven't checked to see what this guy goes for online. So, he may be getting crazy up there. But definitely, if you could track this guy down, find him for a good price, he's absolutely worth picking up. I'm so glad. I was kind of on the fence about this guy when I heard about him, even though he looks so cool, but I'm just, because I don't know a lot about the character. But after seeing him, I was just like, had to pick him up. It was just like a no-brainer, especially since it was only the one left. It says, let me get him now. So there you go. Great articulation, great paint apps, tons of accessories. He holds them real well. All kinds of posing abilities for this guy. And, there's just a lot going on for this character. And makes for a great, great figure. One thing also to point out, he does not come with a Build-A-Figure part. So you don't need this figure to complete your Ultimate Green Goblin, but I'm sure you'll still want this as well. So there you go. Marvel Legends Spider-Man series Agent Venom Walgreens exclusive figure. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. As usual, comment, rate, subscribe. And until my next video, so long and have a good day.